Hi guys, I'm just finishing up a workout outside here on my patio. See, there's the stuff. I just took a shower afterwards. Give you an idea of where I'm doing my workouts as well. I can't flip the camera for some reason, but it's just this little area. I have a few cones and a ball, and even in a space like this, you can do a lot. And one other cool thing is because of the area that I'm in, I'll show you it. It makes it very hard for me to make a mistake. I have to be so focused when I do it, or else the ball is going to roll off of this area and just go into that water. And I've already had it happen once, I think like a week ago, and it was not easy to fish it out of the water. So if anything, it's helped me to stay more focused when I'm training. Anyway, that's not even the topic of this video. But before I do move on to the topic, just a message I want to give you guys. Do you guys want me to show you what I've been doing as far as routines? I can film some of them, go over a few of the different drills I've been doing, the ideas behind them, how to get the most out of them, all of that. Because as you probably know, just because everyone's inside right now, just because you can't get out to the field, I've been going over this for years, you can still find ways to train. Football is one of those sports that really is magical in that way. You don't really need much. You need a ball, you need this essentially. You don't even need these. You don't even need these. You just need one of these. The cones help though. The cones will be involved in the thing. But you don't need cones either. You can use shoes, you can use any objects. I mean, I've had people send me in videos of them doing that using shoes or water bottles or anything in order to get their session in. So just keep that in mind. And we will absolutely, if you guys want it, just let me know in the comments. I will absolutely record some of these when I'm doing them and put them on the channel so you guys can follow along, all that fun stuff. Now anyway, this video, the main topic of this video is just really, despite what's going on in the world, the state that most people are in, it's just to keep some things in mind, because yes, it's for a lot of people very scary out there right now. There are people who are being affected massively by what's going on in the world, whether it's they actually have it. I'm not saying the word because YouTube is censoring pretty much, so you can't say those words, which is a whole other story, and maybe I'll tell my feelings on that, but you can probably guess by the tone of my voice and how my attitude shifted when I said that, so let me switch it back. But a lot of people are being affected by this, not just through the actual thing, but through their businesses closing, people losing their jobs, all of these different things. And what happens when this kind of thing occurs is a lot of fear sets in. A lot of people start becoming very dictated by fear. A lot of people start becoming very helpless and hopeless, and they start feeling that way. Now, they're not actually helpless or hopeless, but they start feeling that way. And it's just a reminder to you that while you have this time, especially a lot of you since you're young, I know a lot of my audience is either in their teens or early 20s, kind of young people, especially for you, because a lot of you might just be stuck at home. Use this time to do things that you really, really enjoy. Don't spend all of your time watching the news or spend all of your time playing video games or watching Netflix or whatever else it is. Although this is for a lot of people, a very difficult time, for a lot of other people, it's also an opportunity in the sense you finally have a moment to take a breath. We're all almost taking a collective breath together right now. People are at home who would never be home before. This is a time when you can start doing the things you maybe thought you didn't have time to do before. Instead of just worrying and being in fear about things that you cannot control, why not do some things that you've been putting off? Why not train a little more? Like out here, I've just been doing little 30, 45-minute sessions at a time, and I'm absolutely loving it. Catching up on things I've wanted to be reading, essentially doing things that I love. So here's a little exercise for you. And this is something I would usually go over on my other channel, and I probably will as well, Heart Space. Go check that out. We talk about self-improvement, discipline, spirituality. We talk about more than just the scope of football, because football, I love it, but it's limited. We can't talk about a lot of different things on here because it just doesn't relate. So if you want to learn more about those kind of things, go over and check that out. I'll link it down below in the description. But write out a list of at least 10 things that you absolutely love to do, or are at least curious about. And how do you determine you love it? Simply tap into your heart, your intuition, and ask yourself, how does this thing make me feel? So think about the thing, and if you get excited, if you start to feel very light, you know, kind of like bubbly in your body, like, you know, you just kind of want to move around and you feel so good and you're getting excited and you're really starting to harness that energy, most likely it's something you love. It's a 10. So if it's a 10, write it down and find at least 10 of those things. Now, some of you might say, I can't think of 10. Keep thinking. If you can't think of 10 right away, just do this exercise for 30 minutes and I guarantee you'll find 10 things that feel that way for you. And it could be simple things, guys. You know, it could be, again, one for a lot of you is you love football. You love playing it. So it could be you put on there, okay, 30-minute football session, you know, out in a space like this or in your home. Like I have space in here if I want to do it as well. Just in the bedroom, you can kind of see just in there. If I want to do it in the house, I don't have to do it out here. I personally like to do it outside, be in the sunlight if I can. I feel like there's just more benefit to that, but that's my own preference. But write down this list. And then my challenge to you guys, instead of, if you are doing this, some of you may not be, but if you are allowing fear to grip you, if you're allowing worry to grip you, things that don't serve you, things that aren't going to help the situation, if you are trying to control things you're not able to control, instead of doing that, go to this list you've now made, after you've made it, of 10 things, and start doing at least one of those things every single day. And honestly, the more things you can do, the more you can fill your day with those things instead of sitting around watching the news or playing video games or doing whatever. The more you can do things that are in here, in your heart, in your soul, things that make you feel alive, things that make you feel excited, the better off you're going to be. And I promise you, if you do that, you're going to come out the other side of this. This will have an end point, guys. This will have a point where this blows over and things maybe don't go back to normal. You know, hopefully people come out of this, you know, much more awakened, much more aware of certain things. But when basically the world turns back on, it's done with this collective breath, nature is reset, which is actually happening, which is really cool. You'll be better off for it. You'll be better off for having taken this time to be with yourself, to do certain things maybe you didn't have time for, to do only things if you can that are in here, in your heart, things that you love. And you're going to come out the other side being able to go back into regular everyday life, you know, a much more developed person, someone who knows what they like, don't like, whatever it is, but it's just going to benefit you so much. So instead of just sitting around again, being in this fear state, find the things that you love and just do them every single day. So that's it, guys. Again, let me know in the comments if you want me to show you some of the routines I've been doing. I can just make some little videos on some of those routines. Most of them 30, 45 minutes, not incredibly long. Most of them obviously dribbling skill based routines, but just let me know and I will create some videos on those. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in and I'll see you in the next one.